Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about being alone. It's a space where the world grows quiet, where the echoes of your doubts bounce off the walls. Alone is a word that often scares people because it's heavy, isn't it? It feels cold, like a shadow that creeps in when the noise of the crowd dies down. But being alone doesn't mean you're broken. No, being alone is where strength is forged. When you're alone, you're not distracted. You see yourself clearly, raw, and unfiltered. It's uncomfortable because the mirror doesn't lie. It shows you your weaknesses and your fears. But it also shows you your potential. That's the moment when you realize no one else can carry your dreams for you. No one else will fight your battles. You are all you've got, and that's enough. Strength isn't born from comfort. It's born from perseverance, from learning to stand tall when the ground beneath you feels like it's shifting. The world will test you. It'll throw storms your way. And when you're alone, those storms feel louder, closer, more personal. But hear me when I say this, the storm doesn't last forever. What lasts is what you do in it. You see, being alone teaches you to trust yourself. It's where you learn discipline, resilience, and focus. It's where you stop looking for approval from others and start validating yourself. That's real strength, not the kind that brags or boasts, but the quiet kind that says, I've been through the fire and I'm still standing. You don't need a crowd to be powerful. You don't need applause to be worthy. Strength isn't in the numbers, it's in the character. When you walk this road alone, you realize something incredible. You are never truly alone. Your spirit, your will, and your purpose, they walk with you. And when you embrace that, you become unstoppable. So to anyone out there who feels like they're standing on an island by themselves, remember this: alone doesn't mean weak. Alone doesn't mean defeated. Alone means you've got the courage to face life on your terms, to fight your battles, and to rise above. Alone, but strong. That's who you are. That's who you're meant to be. Now go out there and show the world what that strength looks like. Solitude builds resilience. Being alone forces you to confront your fears and weaknesses, strengthening your ability to adapt and persevere through challenges. Self-discovery and silence. Solitude creates space for clarity, reflection, and self-awareness, allowing you to uncover your true purpose and values without external distractions. Strength comes from within. True power lies in trusting yourself, validating your own worth, and finding courage in your own capabilities, not in the approval of others. The storm shapes you. Adversity faced in solitude refines character, teaching discipline, focus, and the ability to endure, even when the odds feel insurmountable. Independence breeds confidence. Standing alone cultivates independence, empowering you to make decisions, overcome obstacles, and achieve goals on your own terms. Solitude is not isolation. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It's a time to connect with your spirit, will, and purpose, realizing you are never truly alone when you embrace your inner strength. Resilience is not something we are born with, it is something we build. And nothing shapes it more effectively than the moments we spend in solitude. When we are alone, stripped of the comfort of others' voices, the strength we thought we didn't have begins to take root. Solitude challenges us in ways that force us to dig deeper, to confront what we're made of, and to persevere when the easy way out would be to give up. Think about the times you've faced your hardest battles, the ones that made you question everything about yourself. Were you surrounded by a cheering crowd, or were you alone in the quiet of your own thoughts? Most likely it was the latter. In solitude, we have no one to lean on, no one to blame, and no one to depend on but ourselves. This is the crucible where resilience is forged. It's not comfortable, in fact, it's often painful. But it's necessary because it teaches us to stand on our own 2 feet. When you're alone, every decision matters. There's no committee to weigh in, no friends to shoulder the burden. You become the architect of your own outcomes, and that responsibility can feel overwhelming. But it's in those moments of self-reliance that resilience takes shape. You begin to trust your instincts, to take ownership of your successes and your failures. Each decision, whether it leads to a win or a loss, becomes a stepping stone towards strength. Solitude also brings a heightened sense of awareness. In the absence of external voices, the internal ones grow louder. This can be daunting at first. The voice of doubt might try to convince you that you're not capable, that you're not enough. But here's the beauty of resilience: it grows louder too. The voice that says, keep going, starts to rise above the noise. And the more you listen to that voice, the stronger it becomes. Resilience is built through the process of facing discomfort and choosing to continue. Imagine climbing a steep mountain with no one but yourself to rely on. The path is tough, the incline unrelenting, and the summit feels impossibly far away. But step by step, you keep moving forward. You stumble, you fall, and you get back up. There's no one there to catch you, but there's also no one there to stop you. By the time you reach the top, it's not just the view that's breathtaking, it's the realization that you made it there on your own. It's easy to feel strong when surrounded by support, but true resilience is tested when you're alone in the fight. Solitude strips away the safety nets, leaving you exposed to your vulnerabilities, but it also gives you the opportunity to overcome them. It teaches you that strength doesn't come from avoiding challenges, it comes from facing them head on. Being alone also allows you to focus on what truly matters. When you're surrounded by distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your goals. Solitude narrows your vision, forcing you to confront what's essential and let go of what isn't. This clarity fuels resilience because it reminds you why you're pushing forward, even when the journey gets tough. In solitude, every moment is a test, and every test is an opportunity to grow. Resilience isn't about never feeling weak, it's about feeling weak and continuing anyway. It's about learning that strength doesn't come from outside sources, it comes from within. And the more time you spend in solitude, the more you realize just how strong you truly are. Solitude isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the proving ground where resilience is born, cultivated, and solidified. And while it may not be easy, it's always worth it. Because when you've built resilience in solitude, there's nothing the world can throw at you that you can't handle. Thought for a couple of seconds. In the quiet moments of solitude, we find the space necessary for profound self-discovery. Silence acts as a canvas upon which we can paint the intricate details of our inner selves, free from the noise and distractions that often cloud our perception. When we remove ourselves from the constant chatter of the outside world, we allow our minds to settle, creating an environment ripe for reflection and introspection. It is in these moments of stillness that we can truly hear our own thoughts, unfiltered and untainted by external influences. Without the influence of others, we gain the clarity needed to understand who we are at our core. The absence of external opinions and expectations enables us to peel back the layers of societal conditioning and uncover our authentic selves. This process of self-discovery is essential because it helps us identify our true passions, values, and beliefs. When we are alone, we are not trying to fit into someone else's mold or meet someone else's expectations. Instead, we are free to explore our own desires and aspirations, leading to a more genuine and fulfilling life. Silence also provides the perfect backdrop for deep reflection. It gives us the opportunity to revisit our experiences, both positive and negative, and learn from them. By taking the time to reflect on our actions and decisions, we can gain valuable insights into our behavior and motivations. This heightened self-awareness is crucial for personal growth, as it allows us to recognize patterns, strengths, and areas for improvement. In solitude, we can honestly assess ourselves without the fear of judgment, fostering a sense of accountability and responsibility for our own lives. Moreover, self-discovery in silence helps us to connect with our inner purpose. When we are not constantly reacting to external stimuli, we can focus on what truly matters to us. This clarity of purpose acts as a guiding light, helping us make decisions that align with our true selves. It ensures that our actions and goals are meaningful and resonate with our personal values. By understanding our purpose, we can navigate through life with a sense of direction and confidence, knowing that we are on the right path. The process of self-discovery in solitude also enhances our ability to listen to our intuition. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, our intuition is often drowned out by the need to respond to immediate demands and pressures. However, in silence, we can tune into our inner voice, which often holds the answers we seek. This intuitive guidance is a powerful tool for making decisions that are in harmony with our true selves. It helps us trust our instincts and take actions that feel right, even when the path is uncertain. Furthermore, solitude allows us to cultivate a deeper relationship with ourselves. It is an opportunity to practice self-compassion and self-acceptance, acknowledging our strengths and embracing our imperfections. This nurturing relationship is fundamental for building self-esteem and confidence. When we take the time to understand and appreciate ourselves, we become more resilient and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Self-discovery in silence fosters a sense of inner peace and contentment, as we learn to value our own company and find joy in our own presence. In addition, the clarity gained from solitude can lead to greater creativity and innovation. Without the constraints of external expectations, our minds are free to explore new ideas and possibilities. This creative freedom is essential for personal and professional growth, as it allows us to think outside the box and develop unique solutions to problems. By tapping into our creative potential, we can unlock new levels of achievement and fulfillment. Ultimately, self-discovery in silence is a journey of uncovering our true selves and understanding our place in the world. It is a process that requires patience, courage, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But the rewards are immense, offering a deeper sense of identity, purpose, and fulfillment. In the stillness of solitude, we find the answers we've been searching for, guiding us toward a more authentic and empowered life. Strength is not something handed to us by the world, it is something we find within ourselves. It is born in the quiet moments when we stand face to face with our challenges, knowing there's no one else to turn to but ourselves. This inner strength isn't dependent on external validation or the applause of others. Instead, it comes from a deep sense of self-belief, a quiet conviction that we are capable of enduring and thriving regardless of what life throws at us. When we talk about finding strength within, it begins with trust. Trust in our abilities, trust in our decisions, and trust in our resilience. It's easy to look outward for approval or answers, but the truth is, no one else knows our journey as intimately as we do. Trusting yourself means believing that you have the wisdom to navigate your path. Even when the road is unclear, it's about silencing the doubts that creep in and affirming that you are enough, just as you are. Self-reliance is a cornerstone of inner strength. In a world that often measures worth by the opinions of others, it takes courage to validate yourself. But this is where true power lies, in knowing that your value is not determined by external factors. When you stop seeking approval and start affirming your worth from within, you unlock a profound sense of freedom. You no longer need to chase recognition or conform to expectations. Instead, you live authentically, guided by your own principles and aspirations. Finding strength within also means embracing vulnerability. It's a paradoxical truth that acknowledging your fears and weaknesses is a powerful act. When you confront the parts of yourself that feel fragile, you're not succumbing to them, you're owning them. This ownership transforms vulnerability into a source of strength. It teaches you that you don't need to be perfect to be strong, you just need to be willing to face life as it is, with all its uncertainties and imperfections. Inner strength grows when we learn to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often arise when we least expect them. But strength isn't about avoiding adversity, it's about meeting it head-on. When you trust yourself, you become more adaptable, more willing to take risks and face the unknown. Each obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. Resilience is another key aspect of inner strength. It's the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to keep going when the world seems determined to knock you down. Resilience isn't something you find outside yourself, it's something you cultivate from within. It's built on the foundation of self-belief and reinforced by every challenge you overcome. Each time you rise after a fall, your inner strength grows stronger, preparing you for whatever comes next. Another important element of finding strength within is self-compassion. Too often we are our harshest critics, berating ourselves for mistakes and failures. But true strength doesn't come from perfection, it comes from kindness. When you treat yourself with the same understanding and forgiveness you'd offer a friend, you create a safe space within yourself to heal and grow. Self-compassion isn't weakness, it's a form of strength that allows you to move forward without the weight of self-doubt. Inner strength also requires discipline and focus. It's about setting goals and staying committed to them, even when distractions and challenges arise. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement, and it is powered by your belief in yourself. When you trust your ability to persevere, you find the energy to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Ultimately, finding strength within is about embracing your humanity. It's about accepting yourself fully, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's about recognizing that you have everything you need within you to face life's challenges and to thrive. True strength doesn't shout or demand attention. It's a quiet, steady presence, a deep well of confidence and resilience that carries you through the ups and downs of life. It's the understanding that no matter what happens, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are enough. Adversity is one of life's most consistent teachers. It arrives unannounced, often when we least expect it, and tests us in ways we didn't think possible. When you face challenges, especially when you face them alone, they feel overwhelming, as if the weight of the world has settled squarely on your shoulders. But it is precisely in these moments that you discover what you are truly made of. The storms of life, though fierce and unrelenting, have a purpose. They shape you, refine you, and teach you resilience in ways comfort and ease never could. The beauty of a storm is not in the chaos it brings, but in the strength it forces you to find. When the winds howl and the rain beats down, standing firm becomes an act of defiance. And in that defiance, a transformation occurs. You begin to realize that while you cannot control the storm, you can control how you respond to it. You can crumble under its force, or you can use it to grow stronger. This choice is where resilience is born, not in the absence of struggle, but in the decision to face it head on. Facing adversity often feels isolating, but solitude in these moments is not a weakness. It is an opportunity. Without the noise of external opinions or the distraction of others' expectations, you are left with the raw reality of the situation. This is where true growth begins. In the silence, you confront your fears and uncertainties, and you begin to see them for what they are: challenges, not insurmountable obstacles. And as you face these challenges alone, you develop the skills and mindset needed to overcome them. Adversity has a way of revealing your inner reserves of strength. It pushes you to dig deeper, to find solutions where none seem to exist. It teaches you to adapt, to innovate, and to persevere. Each challenge you face becomes a lesson, and each lesson adds to your arsenal of resilience. You learn that failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone. Every setback becomes an opportunity to rise again, stronger and more determined than before. One of the most profound lessons the storm teaches is the importance of perspective. When you are in the midst of a challenge, it can feel all-encompassing, as though nothing else exists beyond it. But over time, you learn to see the bigger picture. You realize that the storm, no matter how intense, will pass. And when it does, it leaves behind a stronger, wiser version of you. This shift in perspective is empowering. It reminds you that no challenge is permanent, and that you have the strength to weather even the fiercest storms. Adversity also cultivates a sense of gratitude. When you've been through the storm, you come to appreciate the calm. The things you once took for granted: peace, stability, and even small victories take on new meaning. This gratitude doesn't just make life more fulfilling, it also fuels your resilience. It reminds you of what you've overcome and strengthens your belief in your ability to face future challenges. Through adversity, you also learn the value of patience and persistence. The storm does not pass instantly and progress is often slow. But each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the other side. This persistence, this refusal to give up, becomes a defining characteristic of your resilience. It teaches you that strength is not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. Perhaps most importantly, the storm teaches you to believe in yourself. When you face adversity alone and overcome it, you gain an unshakable confidence in your abilities. You realize that you don't need external validation to prove your worth. The strength you found within, the courage you summoned in the face of hardship, becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a reminder that you are capable of enduring and thriving no matter what life throws your way. Adversity is not something we seek, but it is something we all inevitably face. And while the storm may feel overwhelming in the moment, it is also an opportunity, a chance to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. It is in the face of these challenges that we discover the depth of our resilience and the power of our own determination. The storm doesn't define you, how you rise from it does. Independence is one of the most empowering traits a person can develop. It is a quiet, steady force that allows you to navigate life with confidence and self-assurance. It's the foundation upon which resilience is built, and it fosters a profound sense of self-reliance. When you cultivate independence, you realize that your strength doesn't depend on others. It comes from within, from your ability to make decisions, face challenges, and pursue your goals on your terms. This realization changes everything. It transforms how you see yourself and how you move through the world. Independence begins with the understanding that you are responsible for your life. It's a liberating truth, but also a challenging one. Taking ownership of your choices means accepting the consequences, both good and bad. It's easier to blame circumstances or other people when things go wrong, but independence requires you to face reality head on. This accountability is not a burden, it's an opportunity. It empowers you to take control of your life and steer it in the direction you choose. When you stand on your own, you develop a stronger sense of confidence. This confidence doesn't come from external validation or approval, it comes from knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Each decision you make and each challenge you overcome reinforces this belief. Independence teaches you that you don't need anyone else's permission to chase your dreams or live your truth. It allows you to trust yourself fully, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Another vital aspect of independence is self-reliance. Being self-reliant doesn't mean you never need help or that you isolate yourself from others. It means you have the skills, knowledge, and mindset to take care of yourself when needed. It's about being prepared and proactive rather than reactive. Self-reliance builds resilience because it equips you to face life's challenges with confidence. You know that even if you stumble, you have the tools to get back up and keep going. Independence also fosters clarity of purpose. When you rely on others too heavily, their opinions and expectations can cloud your judgment. But when you stand on your own, you can focus on what truly matters to you. This clarity allows you to set goals that align with your values and pursue them with determination. Independence gives you the freedom to prioritize your dreams and aspirations, rather than living according to someone else's agenda. With independence comes the ability to make decisions confidently. When you're dependent on others, decision-making can feel paralyzing because you're constantly seeking validation or fearing disapproval. But independence liberates you from this cycle. It empowers you to trust your instincts and make choices based on your own judgment. This doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. It means you're willing to learn from them and grow stronger in the process. Independence also teaches you the value of adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often come when you least expect them. When you're independent, you're better equipped to handle these uncertainties. You develop the flexibility to adapt to new situations and the resilience to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Independence gives you the courage to take risks, knowing that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes next. Another profound benefit of independence is the sense of fulfillment it brings. When you achieve something on your own, the sense of accomplishment is unmatched. It's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving to yourself what you're capable of. This self-satisfaction fuels your motivation and inspires you to aim even higher. It reminds you that you are the architect of your own life and that your potential is limitless. Independence also strengthens your relationships. When you're secure in yourself, you don't rely on others to fill gaps in your confidence or happiness. This allows you to approach relationships from a place of mutual respect and equality. You're not looking for someone to complete you, you're looking for someone to complement you. Independence enhances your ability to give and receive love without losing yourself in the process. Ultimately, independence is about freedom to be yourself, to make your own choices, and to live life on your terms. It's not about isolating yourself or rejecting help from others. It's about building a strong foundation within yourself so that you can stand tall, no matter what life throws at you. Independence isn't just a skill, it's a mindset, a way of being that empowers you to face life with courage and confidence. When you embrace independence, you unlock a strength that carries you through every challenge, guiding you toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Solitude has a transformative power that often goes unnoticed in a world that prizes constant connection and social interaction. While being alone can sometimes feel daunting, it is also a sanctuary for deep thought and unparalleled creativity. When we separate ourselves from the noise and distractions of the outside world, we create the ideal environment for our minds to wander freely, to imagine boldly, and to innovate fearlessly. Creativity thrives in solitude because it is in those quiet moments that the mind dares to explore without limits. The hustle of daily life can be overwhelming, with demands, expectations, and responsibilities vying for our attention. In such an environment, it's easy for creativity to take a back seat. The mind becomes reactive rather than reflective, focused on immediate tasks rather than long-term vision. Solitude changes this dynamic entirely. It offers a blank canvas, a space where the mind is free to think deeply and engage with ideas in ways that are often impossible amid constant interruptions. This stillness allows us to reconnect with our inner world, where creativity resides. In solitude, there is no pressure to conform or to seek approval. This freedom is essential for authentic creativity. When alone, you can experiment with ideas without fear of judgment. There is no one to critique your thought process or impose limits on what is possible. This sense of liberation encourages you to think outside the box, to explore unconventional solutions, and to push the boundaries of what you believe you can achieve. Solitude creates a playground for the imagination, a place where your most innovative ideas can take shape. The absence of external distractions in solitude also heightens focus and clarity. Creativity often requires sustained concentration time to let ideas simmer and develop. When you're alone, you can dive deeply into a project or idea without the constant pull of social obligations, emails, or notifications. This focused attention allows for the kind of deep work that leads to breakthroughs. It's in these uninterrupted moments that the mind can connect seemingly unrelated concepts, sparking new ideas and perspectives. Moreover, solitude fosters self-reflection, which is a critical component of creativity. By taking the time to introspect, you gain insight into your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This understanding can serve as a wellspring of inspiration, fueling your creative pursuits. Many of the greatest works of art, literature, and innovation have been born out of moments of deep reflection, moments when individuals turned inward and discovered something profound within themselves. Solitude gives you the space to mine these depths and bring your unique vision to life. Another way solitude enhances creativity is by allowing you to process and synthesize information. In our connected world, we are constantly bombarded with data, ideas, and opinions. While exposure to diverse perspectives is valuable, it can also be overwhelming. Solitude provides the mental space needed to sort through this information, to identify what resonates with you, and to integrate it into your own creative framework. This synthesis is where originality is born, where the ideas you've absorbed are transformed into something uniquely yours. Solitude also nurtures resilience, which is vital for creativity. The creative process is often filled with uncertainty, doubt, and even failure. When you cultivate the ability to sit with these feelings in solitude, you become more comfortable navigating them. You learn that discomfort is a natural part of growth and that the most innovative ideas often emerge from moments of challenge. Solitude teaches you to trust your process, to persevere through creative blocks, and to believe in your vision even when it feels elusive. Finally, solitude offers a chance to reconnect with nature and the world around you, which can be a powerful source of creative inspiration. A quiet walk in the woods, the sound of waves crashing on a shore, or even the stillness of a park can stir something within you. These moments of connection remind you of the beauty and complexity of the world, sparking ideas that you might not have encountered otherwise. Solitude amplifies your ability to notice and appreciate these details, enriching your creative perspective. In the end, creativity in solitude is not about isolation, it's about connection. It's about connecting with your inner self, your ideas, and the world in a deeper, more meaningful way. Solitude provides the space and stillness needed for your creativity to flourish. It is a reminder that the greatest innovations often begin not in crowded rooms or noisy conversations, but in the quiet moments when you are alone with your thoughts, daring to dream and imagine without limits. Strength comes from within, forged through solitude, resilience, independence, and creativity. Life's challenges shape us, teaching self-reliance and the power of trusting ourselves. Standing alone doesn't mean being weak, it means discovering untapped strength and potential. In embracing solitude and adversity, we unlock our true essence, proving that we are never truly alone when we believe in ourselves.